This is your weekly. I know that was aggressive. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing extremely well, actually. Happy, healthy. But let's get into your tarot card reading. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries, tarot oracle cards. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and of course, cross watchers. Cross watch is gonna watch. So I love y'all too. You're curious. Let's just say you're curious. And then, of course, I do recommend that you always watch your sun, moon, and rising sign, because I am primarily an energy worker, an intuitive healer, and I pick up on energies, the energies that are coming for in relation to specific zodiac placements. So if you really want a well-rounded understanding of what is really going to impact you for the week, take a look at your sun, moon, and your rising sign, because things could be impacting you from different directions, let's say, in different ways. I'm going to try something new this time around, Taurus. And that something new is that toward the end of the reading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do your general reading. We're going to get the vibe, right? And then I'm going to break it up into love, money, and career, and we'll do insights. I don't like to say predictions, but insights, stuff that you may not know about what's going on based on that general energy and how it applies to each of those categories. And then dates, times, specifics, all those details. Come on over and join me for the extended, because there's an extended to every single reading. I'd love to see you on my lives. I go live on Astrology Motivation. That's my second channel. I go live every Monday around 9 o'clock for an Astrology Motivation video. And then Monday through Friday, I go live on Instagram. You can find me at born_without_boundaries. And those lives are really wonderful because I actually get to interact with you guys. So let's get into the reading, Taurus. No, this. This Taurus needs to know. Okay. You just got disappointed in love recently. An offer was coming in and then it didn't work out. Or an offer came in from somebody that you didn't want. And if you are happily married, how does this apply? Well, you're getting some people are trying to solicit you. You know, people are trying to give you too much of what you are not asking for, because the five of swords is of course defeat, and then this is the chalices. So this is an offer, but in some way it's defeated. So you either didn't want the offer, or the offer didn't come through, or it's from somebody that you didn't want, or this offer of love is associated with some sort of disappointment, right? No, I don't think it's divorce or anything like that. There's just some sort of defeat. And my first instinct was that you thought something was going to come in and it didn't. Now, does this have to be romance? I say chalices because it is tended to be romance. It's an offer from the heart, but it could also have been, somebody offered you a great opportunity and then it didn't come through, or where's the follow-up email? That kind of energy, when you can apply, or you want to apply it to money. I'll split it up later on, but it's almost like, well, you thought it was coming in, you thought something was coming in, and then there's like a flag on the play, or where's my summer bonus? Oh, it's going to be delayed for a couple of months. It's that kind of energy, and it doesn't even mean that you're not getting it. It just means that it's not coming through when you thought it was. There was some expectation here that makes you feel like, okay, this is not how I wanted it to play out. And then we have in the past, maybe giving us some insight, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. So Seven of Swords is somebody playing around, somebody that's going to be deceptive, somebody deceiving, gave you misinformation, didn't take things down right. There's some sort of clarification here with this incident. In other words, that somebody done fucked up, Taurus. That somebody didn't do their paperwork, they didn't file it correctly, they didn't do the job that they told you it was going to do. Maybe they hyped themselves up to be something more than they were, and now it's coming out. Why? Because they can't do the job, or because the pay was supposed to come in but didn't come in. right? And that's gonna be at least irritating. At least. Taurus. Now this doesn't mean your whole life is in shambles, right? I know you like, this is a weekly reading, so energies change and they switch, and this, it is redeemable. There's no towers on this table. It's fine. But this is the primary energy of, I thought it was gonna come. Why ain't it here? Right? And as an energy worker, I want to warn you of that energy, because that could lead you, and I got a major reading on today's daily. Check it out. We'll run Astrology Motivation. I post all the dailies there if you don't get a chance to be a part of them on Instagram. This kind of energy of expectation could really mess you up in terms of the truth about your day, the truth about your week. I don't see anything horrible happening. There's an expectation that ended up being disappointed. Don't let that fuck up your day. Don't let that make you not be able to be happy when other stuff is here. I feel like you have to deal with something, or you're waiting on something and you don't like it. You don't like the taste of it in your mouth, or like you're still in it, like the reflection phase, and maybe it just wasn't ready to come through yet. It's like they're taking a little bit longer to, if you're waiting for like a job interview or feedback on a project, they're taking a little longer to review, or there is some sort of hiatus that they needed that meant that they had to deprioritize any kind of decisions that they were going to make. Ooh, 8 of Wands. That's good news. There's a little bit of prediction in here. Things are going to start moving forward. They will move forward. There will be opportunities that come from this. There will be progress. There will be energy. There will be opportunities. We're in a kind of a stalled phase now. Yeah, it's almost like this is pedantic energy. And maybe you're being really impacted by Mars right now, Taurus, because Mars is in Virgo, and that's kind of what it is. Things are going very slowly because everybody's going over the details 1,000 million times. And that's what's happening. So let's stay away from the discouragement and focus on just basically what you have in front of you, and how beautiful that is, right? Focus on what you actually have, not what you wanted. You want to stay away from the temptation to be disappointed, because there's really nothing disappointing going on. It does feel like work is starting to drone on, or you're in the middle of doing work, or this had to do with work that you don't like to do, that you're basically, maybe you feel like you're working for free and you're not getting enough money, or you're doing work for free, you're doing work and you're making a paycheck, but it's starting to become laborious. It's starting to become like, I'm just doing this because I have to right now. I'm doing it for the money. It doesn't make you horrible. It just means there's also the 7 of chalices here, which means there's a lot of confusion. And there could be a lot of offers or opportunities on the table, or maybe you don't know what you want to do right now. And there's almost like something is hanging in the air that is, in some ways, you can't make a sound decision because you can't control everything, right? There's some sort of impediments in the way. Maybe you don't know if you're going to be going back to school yet, because what if the pandemic hits again, or people go in lockdown again? There's fires all throughout the country and other countries. It's like, what if that shuts shit down? There's a lot of, in other words, there's something here. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different ways things can go. And you may be, at this time, Taurus, starting to look at different options. Whatever this is relating to right now, especially with work though, because there's some sort of monotony in this aspect of your life that you need to change. And that's why this opportunity meant so much to you, and you had put so much of your heart into it. And ultimately, to get that news, it really feels like you were gutted. You weren't gutted. The life you're in is just fine. It's okay. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And ultimately, there's going to be movement. I'll get specifics as to when there's going to be movement. There will be movement, but it wasn't the right time, and it wasn't the right offer. I mean, that's really what I want to say to you. It wasn't the right time and it wasn't the right offer. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Okay, you're dealing with your shadow self. And this is a lot with, expectations versus reality, dealing with your shadow self, dealing with those parts of yourself that are harder to handle just because they're amorphous, right? They're in flux. The dark aspects of us are more volatile because they don't have light on them. What is light? Light is a boundary, right? Light is a boundary. It bounces off something and reflects back, basically a reflection of itself, not necessarily what that thing underneath is. That thing underneath is the shadow. It's the dark. And that doesn't mean evil. It just means very primal and very pure. So it doesn't have all those laws and regulations that make us feel nice and it seems good. So it's like, oh, shut up, Taurus. You have to connect with your shadow side. This is a great opportunity right now to have you actually see what you need to do work on about yourself, the things that you need to strengthen. And that's what this is about. Connect with your shadow, reconnect with it. In other words, it's saying, don't let somebody get you down if even shit didn't work out, or maybe you didn't do the job that you could do as good because you just weren't into it. This is a sense of you can't hate aspects of yourself. You have to love all of yourself and let that be unconditional. And that means reaching out to those angry aspects of yourself. And you're dealing with a lot of that right now. You're dealing with a lot of those aspects of yourself that even irritate you or that you're not so proud of. But ultimately, the only way that you improve upon them is to accept them. So this is doing some shadow work, dude. And I feel like why is this coming up? Because this disappointment is tied to it. It's trying to make you a better version of you. And you actually grow from your shadow. You grow out of the amorphous. You grow out of the undefined so that you can start defining yourself. You want to start defining yourself. You don't want to just go around doing, taking the courses you're supposed to take, doing the pedantic every day. You're done with that. You want a little bit of the dark side, baby, but not the dark side as an evil, but you want a little bit of the unexpected. Ooh, sacrifice. I feel like you're sacrificing your safety for your freedom. Let me say this to you, Taurus. That Uranus has got you tripping. I mean, it's got you really looking at the world in a different way. And also, maybe you gave up more than you wanted to, right? It's almost like you sacrificed too much of yourself to come this far, and you don't want to sacrifice anymore. You're trying to get a deeper understanding and get more of you at the boardroom. You don't want to be piecemealed and chopped up. You want to get more of you. I'm telling you, Taurus, this energy, this disappointment was a catalyst. It was a bump to push you out of this rut of complacency, right? Because with dissatisfaction comes action. And that's why put in the fire. Burn, trying to put the fire back in you. Oh, let's just read this. I want to pull this card's for you. Taurus. Ooh, Taurus. And like I said, so much came out. Shalom, Master. Be graceful in movement and action. What did I tell you? You could be actually looking to do martial arts, study martial arts. You're becoming a lot more cardinal, a lot more physical. You're in the body more. You want to get into your body. Or the angels are suggesting that you get into your body more. A martial arts, dance, anything that gets you out of your chair and into your body is going to clear your head and help you do something with this fire inside of you instead of just making you sit there and burn. You don't want it like you burn down the house. But like, it's like, do something with that shadow side. Do something with that unbridled energy. And getting into your body is a big thing. You could be trying to get into your body and do more with your body. You want to get healthier. This is Virgo season, right? Oh, no, it's not Virgo season, but there's a lot of planets in Virgo. There's a lot of Virgo energy right now. Mars and Venus are both in Virgo right now, and the moon just came out of Virgo. So basically you want to get right with yourself. It's kind of motivating you to start making changes through your physical self that will then have ramifications on your mental self, your mental health. Then we have shapeshifter. I'm telling you, you guys are getting in shape. And I know that doesn't sound like a spiritual reading, but somewhat this is day to day too. You guys are getting in shape. It's like, and you're finding different ways to honor your physicality a lot more. And maybe you are in shape already, but it's almost like you're changing. There's something about your appearance that you're intentionally changing. Wise one, grow with your current situation. Maybe it's you feel like you're getting too old looking. You don't want to be that old looking. You want your vitality back. It's worse even that you feel old. You don't want that. You want your vitality back. But honestly, you also want your wisdom. Grow within your current situation. So if there's been an opportunity or a setback, and there could have been a setback recently, you know, this is a sense of use it as motivation. Spirit, fox, trust your talents in changing times. Shape-shifting, changing times. How am I going to apply myself moving forward? Something's changing that disappointed you, and now you have to react to it and reassess, do I still want to be associated with this action, this group, this company? I got a little bit of that from you last week too, so it's ongoing. And then hermit, retreat and recharge. You need a little downtime. Because it's almost been, I'm doing too much for their expectations, and I'm looking for options out of this shit. You are. Let's see. Let's do love. No, let's do money. Let's do money, love, career. Career and money are not the same thing. Career is what you've devoted your life to build out into the world. Okay? Lots of times it's a beautiful life that we can make money from our career, right? That's our goals. But money is just how you're making money and how it's coming in. Money. Let's see a little tantalizing bit about how Taurus with money is too slow. In fact, it's disappointing. In fact, there could have been a past of you or somebody else that was not spending money correctly. This is like bad with money. Losing money, being irresponsible with money, not treating money right. Now, that is usually not you, but this could be that sense of like something about a history of or not having money. There's something about a history of not having money, and it's impacting what you're going through right now. It's like, okay, but if I have money now, do I keep fucking doing money just for the money? Is the money enough? Because right now I'm starting to break down my belief system and what I work for, or I'm not inspired by it anymore. So ultimately there's just this sense of remembering the times when you didn't have money. You could even be getting into financial trouble. Why? To get you out of being stuck in this position that gives you the money. In other words, in some ways, money has become a trap. Love. Ooh, there's a new offer of love. What did I just say? There's a new offer of love. Somebody's coming at you. Maybe Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be a water sign, or just somebody who's very romantic, very artistic, very creative, very loving, but also very green. They don't really know how to approach you. And maybe they're younger than you wanted. Let me just see, clarify. There's some sort of love coming, maybe in school, maybe you're taking classes, learning. Maybe you just learned that somebody has feelings for you that you didn't realize. And I gotta say, based on the general reading, there's not comfort here, right? There's looking for other options, or wanting to look in another direction, or wanting to branch out, or having thought of branching out. But what if you're even if you're in a happy relationship, there's just this sense of, ooh, if you're in a happy relationship, it could be that you're trying to learn some Karma Sutra. There's something about education on the table. You want to learn something about loving in a different way or being more romantic in some ways. We'll definitely dive deeper in that because there's something more going on. I feel like you just learned about somebody's love for you. Like they just sort of revealed it to you. And it's maybe just not the person that you wanted, or you didn't want this at all. And then we have career. You might be still pining for somebody that was in the past. Still thinking about them and not being able to think about anybody else. So let's get on for career. Career. Taurus, career. All right, I gotcha. It's in your own hands. This is entrepreneurial energy. When the Magician comes out, it's in your own hands. Aries got this too. So there's a lot of energy here of just wanting to do something, wanting to do it on your own, or something that you built, which is why you could be so concerned, because you almost feel like this motherfucker looks like he's going to be attacked. Is somebody doing something to what you worked on that you felt is going to bring you down? You could be on the defensive right now. Yeah, there's this sense of something is stuck, or maybe something was disappointing, or as hard as you worked, it didn't come out the way that you wanted it. This isn't necessarily about money. You could, because this is career, right? You could feel completely stuck in something you've been trying to get off the ground. And like, how do you get unstuck? Like, how do you make something move when it just doesn't want to wake up? Or you're dealing with some lazy ass people and you just found out about it. Let's go over to the extended. I hope you continue this message with me, guys. I'll see you over there.